Okay, so today on Gear and Review, the product we're going to take a look at is the Echorec Delay by Catalinbread. It's a pretty cool delay, very simple to operate, but has a lot of options nonetheless. Um, it's a remake of of an old school delay called the Benson delay, which was a multi-head tape delay from, if I'm not mistaken, like around about the 70s. Um, that's like kind of like one of those, another one of those well sought after vintage pieces, along with like Echoplexes. Now the bread and butter about this pedal that makes it different than a lot of other delays that I've owned, I won't say that are out there, but a lot of different delays that I owned, is that a lot of delays are made to simulate single head or single delay pedals. And there aren't as many pedals. It's not to say that there aren't a decent amount out there, but there aren't many pedals out there, as many pedals out there, excuse me, that are made to simulate multi-head distortion without getting into the super expensive, somewhere maybe $500 to $1,000 units like Strymons and um, um, Eventides and stuff of that nature. But anyway, this is basically taking a big vintage Benson delay pedal, which was probably about this big, and shrinking it into a little, pedal friendly box format. The thing that really makes this thing shine is the multitudes of sounds that you can get out of it. I mean, everything from just a regular single head delay to spacious four-head delay, delay that appears to have some chorusing mixed into it, delays that have a little bit of chorusing and some spacious effect like echo mix or reverb, excuse me, mixed into the background. Uh, it's just a it just has a lot of different varieties to the delay within the pedal. Um, the pedal's format is pretty simple, very straightforward. You have a mix knob, which, of course, as you would expect, controls the mix of wet and dry signal. Um, you have a swell knob. Now, I guess my pet peeve with a lot of these newer pedals is everyone tries to come up with different ways to say the same thing because they think that's what makes them cool. I kind of wish all pedals would just stick to the same tried and true format without having to figure out what different word does what. But anyway, that being said, my pet peeve moan for the day, you have the swell knob. Um, the swell knob actually controls how many um, repeats there are. And then on this side, you have a delay time knob, which basically it does exactly what it says. It controls the time or the speed of the delay of the delayed signals. In the middle of that, you have a tone knob, which I think is pretty cool. Not a lot of I think a lot of delay pedals kind of skimp out on giving you a tone knob, and I think a tone knob really helps to balance out uh, between your original tone and your repeat, so that thing, because some pedals are darker and some pedals are kind of tinny and light, and the tone knob can kind of help balance that out to your to your original signal. So I think that's a cool option. It has the tone knob, but the thing that really makes the pedal special is the program selection knob. You have 12 preset selections, and each one of these selections is not it doesn't click into place. It's just a rotary knob and just kind of turns, so you can get some in between spots too, I guess. But each increment on here is a different, they call it like a program matrix. Uh, going from the first, which would just be a single head delay, to everything in between, and 12 I think being one of the more spacious four-head delays with maybe some chorus and stuff added into it. But what we'll do here is we'll get this all plugged up. Yep, we've already got power running to everything. We'll get a guitar out. We'll set up basically a preset swell, mix, and delay. I attempted unsuccessfully to pull the matrix offline so that we could see exactly what each one of the programs was doing. I didn't necessarily find exactly what I was looking for, so we'll just have to play this by ear and see what we get. So also for this, the only thing on the board, the only thing running into the amp is a PRS Blister Tone 50, and the only thing that we're running the Echorec, and I also have an EVH 5150 pedal also for some of the drive sounds, and we'll kick that in. And the only other thing in line is a TC Electronics Polytune. So make sure we're in tune before we get too far into this. Smart man would have warmed up a little bit before now, but I never claimed to be a smart man. So anyway, turn that off. So here's the clean, unaffected signal. Gonna bring that up to the 4th position. Reduce the volume a little bit. Clean it up. Now we're going to engage the Echorec. We are in setting 1. I'm going to take the mix down to about 8 o'clock. And you can tell it's just a straightforward, that's just a straightforward delay. Now, like I said, then the swell is just the amount of repeats, so just how long it'll just keep going. Turn it all the way up, you get the, and it'll start feeding back into itself, and that's good. That actually works a lot better when you've got distortion going. But something like that works a lot better with a little bit of gain involved. So if you take and put a little, and then do that, you get. That's just what happens, like I said, when you turn the gain, the swell, all the way up for infinite repeats. But we keep ours around about, around about 8 o'clock. And like I said, the delay time is just your, see the amount of time between each delay. So if I turn that all the way up, it'll be it's slow. So all the way clockwise is the slowest, and all the way counterclockwise would be the quickest. So I usually keep my delay time around about probably 11:30. Maybe actually more like 1. No. The mix is the balance of dry and wet signals. So we have it right now at around about 7, 8 o'clock. So if I take it up to 12 o'clock, it'd be. And really, what that does is it's really increasing the volume of the repeats underneath. And if I take it all the way up to 100%, then it's a completely wet signal. Which you'll notice there'll be like a slight second delay between, a slight millisecond delay between my pick and actual sound. So you see it goes. And that's because you're eliminating the original dry signal. Just like I said, so we'll take this back over to where I normally get it. So now we'll go up to program 2. Take it up to program 3. You can tell with these that's now starting to become like multi-head distortions. See, you can hear the dun dun dun. That's, and one of the heads. And what we're doing now is each one of these programs will take the heads and put them at different timed intervals. Going up now, I think we're at program 4. In some of these later ones, you can definitely start to hear a chorusing effect that's going along with the delays. 5 now. Up to 6. We're up to 8. We're on 9 now. Hearing that sound right there, I forget that there's also one big thing that they were very adamant about pointing out on every piece of literature that I found which was, that's one of the things it also says, that the legendary Benson Echorec multi-head drum echo was the driving force behind Pink Floyd's Pompeii performance. So I just thought I'd throw that in there because for some reason that when I do that, it reminds me of Pink Floyd. That right now we're heading on up to number 10. So that's a pretty good one too. And then on to number 11. Dun, 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 dun. Turn the mix up to 50%. See what that does on this one. Get very lush sounding, like you turn your very cavernous, but like I said, I keep my even at my low setting, that one gets very complex sounding. And then we'll go to the last one, which is 12, which is another multi-head. With you can hear the all the heads being set up at different tempos. Now, my pro con on this is a lot of people really love the Echorec pedal. And I think probably the best thing that I can say is, get myself in trouble in YouTube land. I don't hate it, but I don't necessarily love it. Now here is why. I think a lot of the settings sound good clean. You know, a lot of the settings sound good. Let me go back to, let's get back to like 11, 12. So all these settings sound really good clean. Oops, sorry. Clean. very lush, very chorusy. Sounds really good for that stuff. Almost like a one-stop pedal. Like I don't even need to add a chorus or anything to it. Just that setting on the delay pedal. The downside of this is I don't think it sounds good for distorted lead passages. Because I find that some of my repeats start to sound kind of dirty and undefined, almost the way delay sounds when you run delay in front of a distorted amp. You kind of get that feel when you start bringing in the other heads, like some of the repeats are distorting.